Well, family and friends are gathered at the West Bottoms to remember a teenager who was killed as he was spectating cars doing donuts in a Kansas City business parking lot.
Kansas City, Missouri police say the person was a spectator at this sideshow and was hit by one of the cars.
This sideshow happened at the 3600th block of East Front Street. The video you're seeing on your screen is from previous sideshows in the city. KCPD says 2 cars were doing donuts in the parking lot. One of the drivers struck and ran over a spectator who was taken to the hospital and later died.
So a lot of content creators have been uploading videos spreading false information, misinformation, and just complete fallacy and lies. For those of you guys that don't know me and Lowkey are actually in a crew together. We would sometimes make content together. And I've actually been in contact with him for the past couple of days. I've been speaking to him, and I am here to clear up a lot of the misinformation that these YouTubers and content creators are spreading, because all you're really doing is just making the situation a whole lot worse, and you're trying to divide his fan base when you really don't know the full situation of the story. Please stop making clickbait videos saying that he's being trialed for murder. No, he's not. I'm going to clarify all of that in this entire video. So if you're a fan of Lowkey and you want to know the truth of what really happened with full details, stay in the video. Now let's start off with the first lie that people have been spreading about Lowkey X, and that is that he has been arrested. No, he has not. Lowkey did not get arrested. He was brought in for questioning. He was in questioning for around 10 hours before the police decided to let him go. They needed to go under an interrogation and figure out both sides of the story, to figure out, you know, the full situation of what happened. So for the people that are saying, oh, he got arrested, he's going to jail, he committed manslaughter, none of those things are true whatsoever. He was actually held in a jail for around 10 hours just to be interrogated. He was never arrested. He was never charged with any crimes. He never caught any felonies. There are no mug shots of him. So for the people that are saying that he got arrested, no, he did not. He was brought in for questioning, and that is it. Now, as most of you probably do know, he did flee the scene, but actually he didn't. Okay, the news and the media is lying about that. He never fled the scene, and that's exactly why he wasn't charged with a misdemeanor or a felony. The actual truth, and this is in his words, by the way, I did not flee the scene. One of the man's friends was touching him and told me that he was okay and that I was free to leave. Then I was concerned and I returned to the scene 5 minutes later to make sure that he went to the hospital. And then from there, that is when the police proceeded to pick him up and bring him in for interrogation. So for the people that are saying that he fled the scene, no, he did not. For the people that are saying that he caught a felony, no, he did not. For the people that are saying that he got a misdemeanor, or he is being charged, or he is in jail, no, he is not. Now, the next question you guys might be wondering is, okay, well, if he didn't go to jail or if he didn't catch a charge, then why is he not live streaming? Well, that's because Lowkey is currently not at home. He's in another city entirely. So he stopped live streaming. And then on top of that, he already knows that if he were to live stream, people would start asking controversial questions about this situation. And right now, he just cannot come out publicly and answer these questions. Like I said before, he does not have any issues with the law currently, but you never know if the family would ever decide to take him to court, if they would ever decide to get a legal attorney. You do not know. Therefore, he cannot speak about the situation. The reason why I am speaking about the situation is so that I can clarify it for everybody before his fan base starts getting the wrong idea. Now, the next lie that everyone was spreading around was that the kid that was hit by the car was an underage child. Once again, this is not true. The man that you're currently seeing on your screen is 19-year-old Blake Holland from Kansas City, Missouri. This is the man that was involved in the car accident. This was not a child, okay? A lot of people were saying, oh, his parents should have been there, he should have been under control. This was a grown man. This was a 19-year-old adult. So for the people that were going around and saying that Lowkey is a child killer, you seriously need to grow up and do your research and find out what actually happened. Now, if you read any police or news report, you will see that Blake Holland, the victim in this accident, was initially diagnosed as having non-life-threatening injuries. However, over time, when he was rushed into surgery, he did die from his injuries. So that's the reason why Lowkey was never charged with fleeing the scene, because Blake Holland's friends told Lowkey, hey, our friend is okay, he's still alive, his injuries are non-life threatening, you're okay. So when Loki returned to the scene later to find out that the kid passed away, it was a huge surprise, and Loki did not know. So a lot of what the media is saying about this incident is actually not true. Loki did not get tried. He did not get vehicular manslaughter. He didn't even get his license revoked. Okay, the police took him in for interrogation. They found out, okay, that it was an accident. Currently, Loki is not in his city, and that is why he is not live streaming. I asked him, when does he plan on coming back to live streaming? Which, of course, I mean, how do you come back from something like that so soon? But he said that within the week, he should be back to live streaming. I do not know if he's going to answer questions about the situation. He probably shouldn't, because it's best legally in case the family would like to take him to court for legal reasons. Lowkey said that his prayers goes out to the Holland family and that he's sad that that situation had to happen. Blake Holland's family did host a balloon release. I'm not sure if they hosted a funeral yet or what's going on with that situation, but they did do a little farewell balloon release to commemorate him. And the man who organized the farewell balloon release for the Holland family quoted, "He was a fun person. Everyone that came around, he always had a smile on his face. He was friendly with everyone. He talked with everyone. There wasn't a person I knew that he would be mad at." I saw another post of someone saying that he hit a fan. I just want to clarify this as well, that both Lowkey and this individual did not know each other whatsoever. They were complete strangers. Now, Blake's uncle came out with a public press addressing street racing and how it's a huge issue on the young demographic. And there's also a lot of photos of Blake next to some pretty fancy cars, which makes me assume that he was not just a spectator in this event. He was most likely also participating. Now, I don't think they ever clarified this, but there are pictures of him with pricey cars, and his uncle did seem to be very anti-street racing, anti-car shows, which would make me assume that Blake also did have a hand in this situation, because people were trying to say that Blake was just this innocent bystander that just wanted nothing to do with this race or car show that was going on. That's not true. Blake was heavily involved in it as well. In fact, if you watch the video, which I'm not going to post in this, you can go find it yourself if you're that interested. But in the video, you can see Blake actually run towards Lowkey's car. I don't really know what his motive was. I don't know if he was intoxicated on something, or maybe he was trying to get a picture or a video of the car and just overstepped his boundaries. They really haven't said a whole lot, but as far as we know, that is the full situation. Lowkey does not have his license revoked. He has not been charged. He is not in jail or prison. The victim was not an underage child, and his family is currently in mourning. We don't know if they will try to press charges. We're not certain, but as of right now, Lowkey is fine. He's doing fine. He will return to streaming soon, but as for you Lowkey fans, you do not expect him to talk about the situation or comment on the situation, because for legal reasons, it could eventually pop up again in his future and he just can't afford to say anything. But that about wraps this video up. Do not listen to the people that are going around lying on Lowkey. Do not listen to the people that are going around and lying on the situation and pretending that they know what's going on when in reality they do not. I've spoken to Lowkey. Most of this information has come from Lowkey and other news sources as well. There was also 40, quote unquote, 40 bystanders in that situation that all vouched for Lowkey not fleeing the scene, which is also why the police believed his story, including the kid Blake's friends. They also told the police that, yes, we told him to leave. So yes, don't believe everything you guys see on YouTube. Most of these YouTubers and streamers dislike Lowkey for things that happened on Grand Theft Auto like 5 or 6, 10 years ago. Don't believe anything that you guys see.